I want to show you how you can use Newspaperscom for this assignment. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is to make sure that you are logged into myusu.edu. Then after you've logged in, you need to come to the Utah State University Library's website, library.usu.edu. And then you're going to click over on Find. And from Find, you're going to click on Newspapers. When you go to the Articles and Databases or Newspapers database, you're going to scroll all the way down to the very bottom, and you're going to click on Utah Newspapers, newspapers.com. From there, it should route you to Utah Newspapers. So once you're at the UtahNewspapers.com site, you can actually go to Browse Papers, and you can select Utah as the state, and then you can select a city. So let's say you wanted to find out what was going on in Logan, and you specifically wanted to find out what was going on at Utah State, so you would use Student Life. And let's say you wanted to find out what was going on at Utah State during the 1930s. So let's, during the Depression years. So for instance, we could click on 1933, and maybe let's see what's happening in March of 1933. And it brings up several different issues of the Student Life newspaper, student newspaper during that time. So I can select, let's go with March 9th. And here are some newspaper pages that you can actually start reading. So if you click on that, you can start looking at what people were talking about at Utah State during this time. And so what you'll need to do, some of these are better reading than you're able to read them a little bit better than others. You can also kind of change exposure here, like brightness, more brightness. So you can do some different things like that. Contrast can sometimes help with readability. And then you can select, go to another page on this newspaper. And again, the idea here is to pick a time period that you're interested in understanding about Utah history and how people were experiencing a larger phenomenon in U.S. history. So, how were students, for instance, if this were your project, how were students experiencing the Great Depression at Utah State University? Then you would spend some time finding several different articles, a minimum of 5, by using probably Student Life or maybe some other Logan newspapers. So hopefully that kind of helps you see how to use newspapers.com and how to get into it. And please consult the other video that explains in detail the parameters of the assignment and the goals of this assignment.